की जय, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call for today's mid-morning session. Thank you all so much for joining. This is Shivani from Ashton, Virginia. Let us move to the next part of the session. Today's class will be given by Her Grace Archana Bhakti Mataji on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya, verses 3.532 onwards. May I know who have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada, this is Preeti Vilasini Devi Dasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Mataji, for your warm welcoming. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for the beautiful Bhagavad recitation and thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. All glories to your services, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, then with pranam or glory to Srila Prabhupada, this is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining regularly. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji. Dandut pranams to you, Dandut pranams all devotees here. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Sumi from Chennai, India.
Hare Krishna, Swami Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji. Dandavat pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada Tilvi Jai ki jai. Doing that.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anybody else who would like to introduce themselves? Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Once again, I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, today's mid-morning session. Let me share a quote by Srila Prabhupada ji. Give me 1 second. Srila Prabhupada ji's quote: because you have given your life to Krishna, you're already perfect. But it is just like the ocean. If you are swimming in it, you may swim for forever and not reach anywhere, not reach the shore. Similarly, there is no limit to the perfection of Krishna consciousness. Letter to Abhirama, November 19, 1971. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we're very fortunate to have Her Grace Archana Bhakti Mataji to enlighten us on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya, verse 3.532 onwards. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Archana Bhakti Mataji, thank you for giving us your valuable time and association this morning. Very happy to have you on the call and waiting eagerly to hear from you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Garanga ki jai. I now hand over the call to you. Please take over, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We'll begin with prayers. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय, श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। My humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Today we are going to read from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela, chapter 3, or Antya Khanda, chapter 3. What's the title of this chapter? One second. Chapter 3 is entitled Mahaprabhu's Deliverance of Sarvabhauma, Exhibition of his Six-Armed Form, and Journey to Bengal. So we read several things. It's a very long chapter. Today we are going to conclude this chapter. We'll be reading from verses 532 until the end. But we read several things in this chapter, beginning with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, how he's bewildered, and after talking with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how his illusion is removed and he gets darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the prayers offered by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. We also saw Mahaprabhu's dancing on the shore of the ocean, and how the ocean is made glorious because of Mahaprabhu's performing pastimes there, performing Sankirtan, and the Lord's pastimes with Gadadhar Pandit of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Then we also saw about the Lord visiting Paramananda Puri's ashram and filling his well with Patala Ganga. What else did we read? Then from there Mahaprabhu decided he wanted to, he was missing Ganga Devi, so he wanted to go to Gaudadesh. So he comes to Vidyanagar, Vidyavachaspati's house. And when people get this news, everybody is, taking boats, and if they couldn't get boats, they would just go cross the Ganga to, in order to get to Vidyavachaspati's house on inverted pots. They would hold on to them and they would cross the Ganga. Some would swim like that. And there they get darshan of Mahaprabhu. But then Mahaprabhu, from there also, without informing anyone, Mahaprabhu left Vidyanagar, Vidyavachaspati's house, to go to Kulia. Then all the people wanted to see Mahaprabhu again. So they were thinking, Mahaprabhu likes when we chant his names. So they started loudly performing kirtan, chanting Hari, 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 thinking that now Mahaprabhu will come out, but Mahaprabhu didn't come. Then they went, and when they were chanting like this, Vidyavachaspati also found out that the Lord is not there. So he went and informed them. I really don't know where he went. So already he was devastated that the Lord left without informing him. And now he went and told the people he is not here. But they try to, ask favor of him that just, we know that the Lord wants to be in seclusion, so just allow me once. I won't disturb, like that. Just me. I'm not bringing anyone else. I'm alone, like that. And he was trying to tell them, I'm telling you the truth. He's not there. And after some time, they became angry with Vidyavachaspati. What kind of a Brahmana is he? Brahmana is supposed to be liberal. He should share with everyone. Rather, he wants to taste the sweetness of Mahaprabhu alone. Like that, they started being out of their frustration of not being able to see Mahaprabhu. They were accusing Vidyavachaspati. And then, we saw how one Brahmana from nowhere appeared and told in Vidyavachaspati's ears that Mahaprabhu is in Kulia right now. Now you can do the needful. So he became very happy. He told everyone, see, this Brahmana told me Mahaprabhu is in Kulia. I was not lying. Let us all go there. So they all went. Once again, they had to cross Ganga. So to go to Kulia, actually to go to Vidyanagar, let's say from Mayapur, then 2 times one crosses Ganga. So anyway, so now they're all in Vidyanagar. First they crossed the Ganga and to go to Vidyanagar. From Vidyanagar to go to Kulia, once again they had to cross Ganga. And this time the number of people that started off from Vidyanagar multiplied by many millions, and they reached Kulia. So the significance of the pastime in Kulia is Mahaprabhu and these people who were going, they were all thinking, oh, when earlier Nimai was here, I committed offenses, not recognizing the importance of devotional service. I'm hoping I'll fall on his feet and I'll beg him to forgive me. Like that. So when they all arrived, that's another wonderful pastime. Like, how many people got on the boat? Nobody knows. Thousands and thousands of people. I mean, it's unimaginable for us, but they got onto boats and the boats were sinking. But the boatmen didn't stop also when so many people got on the boat. And, the boat sank, but not one person drowned. Everyone managed to cross the Ganges. And then also there, while in Kulia, they were standing on rooftops, thousands of people on one rooftop, but still the roof didn't, fall down. And they were performing kirtan loudly, chanting Hari Hari, and Mahaprabhu came and gave his beautiful darshan, and everybody got darshan of Mahaprabhu. He performed kirtan like this. Everybody was satisfied. So we saw that pastime. Then after that, Mahaprabhu sat down and Devanand Pandit arrived there. Who is Devanand Pandit? So in the past, Devanand Pandit, Mahaprabhu was upset when he was in the Grihastha ashram. Once, in his presence, in the presence of Devanand Pandit, his disciples, students had committed a great serious offense to Srivas Thakur, and he didn't correct them. He didn't do anything to correct his students. So by this, Mahaprabhu was very angry with Devanand Pandit. So even though he was a great teacher of Srimad Bhagavatam, Devanand Pandit didn't get devotional service. And he was right there in Navadvip where Mahaprabhu was there, but he never got the association of Mahaprabhu. He didn't get Mahaprabhu's mercy. Why it is like this? Krishna only knows. So now that Devanand Pandit, but what happened was, after Mahaprabhu took sannyas and left Navadvip to go to Jagannath Puri, at that time, one great Vaishnava, Vakreshwar Pandit, visited Navadvip, and he stayed in Devanand Pandit's house. Vakreshwar Pandit is a great Vaishnava. The Lord is always residing in him, in his body, in his heart. So by the and Devanand Pandit was very much drawn towards Vakreshwar Pandit's wonderful qualities, so he served him. And Vakreshwar Pandit's speciality was he was a great dancer. He could dance for hours and hours and hours together in a very wonderful way. So in kirtans, when Vakreshwar Pandit would dance, Devanand Pandit would guard him. When there is kirtan in crowds, people can come, crowds can come, and he can get hurt. So Devanand Pandit took it upon himself, as his service to guard Vakreshwar Pandit. With a stick in his hand, he would keep the crowds away so that Vakreshwar Pandit could dance. So he rendered this service. Because of this service, Mahaprabhu was very pleased with Devanand Pandit. That's the point. So now that same Devanand Pandit arrived in Kulia when Mahaprabhu is forgiving the offenses of everyone. Regardless of what kinds of offenses people had done, he forgave everyone's offenses. That's why that land itself is called the land where the offenses are forgiven. Of course, all offenses are forgiven there, but Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur warns us while staying in Navadvip. So this Kulia is today's Navadvip. Navadvip, so if you're familiar, there's river Ganges. On one side is Mayapur, where we have our the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, ISKCON Chandrodaya Mandir. On the other side of the Ganges is Navadvip. So Navadvip was called Kulia. So Kulia Gram is the place where all the offenses were forgiven. But Mahaprabhu said that, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, yes, all offenses are forgiven there. But if somebody by staying there maintains has an inimical attitude towards Mayapur, then that offense is not forgiven. Like that. So yes, so while Mahaprabhu was in Kulia, at that time, Devanand Pandit arrived there. Then Mahaprabhu was very pleased. Earlier they didn't have, he didn't even speak to Devanand. He was talking to his disciples earlier, his students. Mahaprabhu was speaking to his students when he was a Grihastha. At that time, he said, he was very angry with Devanand Pandit. But now, when Devanand Pandit, this is their actual, face to face, they are meeting each other. And Devanand Pandit actually came and he was hesitant because he was also aware of his offense. So he was very hesitant. He, just came and he was standing on the side. At that time, Mahaprabhu was very nice. So he said, one second, let me see. Yes. Mahaprabhu made him sit next to him. So the Lord was pleased to see Devanand Pandit. He had him sit down next to him. And he forgave all the offenses of Devanand Pandit and gave him all mercy. Why? Why did Mahaprabhu give his mercy to Devanand Pandit? Because of his service to a Vaishnava, Vakreshwar Pandit. That's why. So, because of his service to Vakreshwar Pandit, Mahaprabhu forgave all the offenses which Devanand Pandit had committed. Actually, there was one more incident before this. After that Kirtan, and when Mahaprabhu, before Devanand Pandit came, actually, one more thing had happened. One Brahmana came to Mahaprabhu and said, I was not aware of the glories of devotional service and I committed Vaishnava Aparadh. I criticized, blasphemed Vaishnavas. How can I come out of this offense? So, anyone remembers what did Mahaprabhu say? How can you come out of that offense?
You must glorify that Vaishnava, the saint.
Yes, Mataji. So, uh, when somebody takes poison or is bitten by a snake or something, when you're poisoned, then by taking nectar, that poison becomes nullified. So with this mouth, when we blaspheme Vaishnavas, that's like poison to our devotional life. Then how to correct that situation? With the same mouth which took that poison of blaspheming Vaishnavas, now you should glorify Krishna. That means you know, you hear, you read, right? You glorify, you speak the glories of Krishna, and also you glorify the Vaishnavas. That acts as nectar. So Mahaprabhu ordered that Brahmana, now you go and you speak. Speak and you write literature, whatever, glorifying Vaishnavas. So whatever offenses you have done in the past, blasphemy you have done to Vaishnavas, that will be corrected by your glorification of Vaishnavas. So after that, then Devanand Pandit also came and said, Devanand Pandit had also committed offense against Srivas Thakur, but then he served Vakreshwar Pandit. So now Mahaprabhu forgave Devanand Pandit's offense. So what happened was, now Mahaprabhu said, actually, he even said to him, you are able to see me because you served Vakreshwar Pandit. How you are even able, you're getting my audience. How is that possible? Because Mahaprabhu didn't even want to see him, didn't want to do anything with Devanand Pandit. He even said he has leprosy in every cell of his body, but he doesn't know that yet. Like that, Mahaprabhu said about Devanand Pandit. But now, because of his service to Vakreshwar Pandit, a Mahabhagavat, everything is reversed. So Mahaprabhu is saying, the only reason you're able to see me is because of your service to Vakreshwar Pandit. And who is Vakreshwar Pandit? Vakreshwar Pandit possesses full potencies of the Supreme Lord. Anyone who serves him will attain Krishna. Krishna is residing in his heart personally. And whenever Vakreshwar Pandit is dancing, you should know Krishna is dancing. So even the places that are associated with Vakreshwar Pandit, those places are all as good as Vaikuntha. They are all holy places. That means wherever he goes or where he took birth or whatever, any place where he went, where he was associated with, those places are as good as Vaikuntha. So when Devanand Pandit heard all this, he said, with very humbly folding his hands, he offered prayers that you are very merciful. You came, you appeared in Navadvip to deliver not just Navadvip, but the whole universe. Unfortunately, being sinful and unfortunate, I could not recognize you. So I was not able to take advantage of your association. I was not able to relish the transcendental happiness in your association. But you are very compassionate to all living entities. I am begging you that I may also get some attachment for you. I may also become a devotee. And he had one request. He said, my Lord, please instruct me. I am a teacher of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for the most intellectual persons, how should I teach Srimad Bhagavatam? How should I explain Srimad Bhagavatam? What should I teach? Please instruct me. So Mahaprabhu is answering this question by quoting Srimad Bhagavatam. The answer is also coming from Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, this is the standard of Shastra. Shastra does not need any certification from outside of Shastra. Shastra itself gives it's all complete. You don't need any proof from somewhere else. Shastra gives the proof of its authenticity. Shastra itself gives. That's why Shastra Pramanam. Shastra is the authority, is the evidence of everything, of all knowledge. And that Shastra is Veda. And Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam. The ripened fruit of all Vedas is Srimad Bhagavatam. So whatever is said in Srimad Bhagavatam is ultimate. There's nothing beyond that. Even if there are some statements in Vedas which are opposing to Srimad Bhagavatam, which statement takes precedence? The statement of Srimad Bhagavatam takes precedence. So Devanand Pandit Prabhu said, how should I explain Srimad Bhagavatam? What should I teach? Mahaprabhu is saying, he's answering that question, what you should teach from Bhagavatam. He's answering by quoting evidence from Srimad Bhagavatam. So Mahaprabhu said, Shuno Vipra, Bhagavate ei vakhaniba, bhakti vina ara kichu mukhena aniba. Right? While teaching Srimad Bhagavatam, you should not explain anything other than devotional service. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. Vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayon mulanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parairishwara Sadyo Hridyava Rudhyateta Kritibi Shushrushabis Tatskshanat. And then Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam Shukamukad Amritadrava Samyutam. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha. So in Srimad Bhagavatam itself, it is said that all types of cheating religions are kicked out. Srimad Bhagavatam is only speaking about devotional service. In the beginning, middle and end of Srimad Bhagavatam, only devotional service to Lord Vishnu is described as, as eternally perfect, inexhaustible, and infallible. Bhakti is perfect, eternally perfect, inexhaustible, and infallible. This is from the 12th canto, 13th chapter, text 11. So, Mahaprabhu is explaining that devotional service to Vishnu is the only truth. It remains fully potent even during devastation. The Lord gives mukti easily, but he hides bhakti. He does not give bhakti very easily. Do you know why he doesn't give bhakti very easily? He gives mukti easily, but not bhakti so easily. Why?
Because he becomes subservient to the devotee.
Yes.
He's sold to that devotee.
Correct. Yes. He's controlled by that devotee. Now that devotee can do whatever he likes. Like he can give the Lord to anyone he likes. Because the Lord becomes subservient. Aham bhakta paradhina. The Lord loses all independence in the hands of his devotees. So that's why, I mean, if you have to surrender to someone, right? You really make sure that this person is worth, that you can surrender. You wouldn't just surrender to somebody who will just mistreat you. So therefore the Lord does not give bhakti, because once he gives bhakti, then he is sold out to that person. That's why. So yes, Narayana awards liberation but hides devotional service. One cannot attain devotional service without Krishna's mercy. Who's saying all this? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, because Bhagavatam is glorifying devotional service, there is no literature which is equal to Srimad Bhagavatam. So, ultimate perfection is bhakti, And that bhakti is described in the beginning, middle, and end in Srimad Bhagavatam. So therefore, there is no literature which is superior to Srimad Bhagavatam. And the way the Lord's avatars are manifesting and unmanifesting from time to time at intervals, similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam also appears and disappears by its own sweet will. So, like this, Mahaprabhu glorified Bhagavatam to Devanand Pandit. One who thinks, one more point about Bhagavatam. So when you are speaking, when you are teaching Srimad Bhagavatam, anyone who thinks that I understand Srimad Bhagavatam, in reality does not understand the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yasya amatam matam. Yasya matam amatam. Yasya amatam, one who thinks that I don't know, matam, he knows something. Yasya matam amatam, one who thinks I know, knows nothing. Yasya matam amatam, yasya amatam matam. Okay. So same thing Mahaprabhu saying, I understand, one who thinks I understand Bhagavatam actually knows nothing about the glories of Bhagavatam. One who thinks that I don't know anything, who actually feels like I don't understand, he understands something about Bhagavatam. If a foolish person takes shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, you may be fool, but very sincerely you're taking shelter. I don't understand. My Lord, please reveal yourself to me. Then, even though he may be a foolish person, that attitude of surrendering to Srimad Bhagavatam will allow him. That means Bhagavatam will reveal himself to such a person. Bhagavatam is filled with Krishna Prema. Bhagavatam is non-different from the body of Krishna. All confidential pastimes of Krishna are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the scripture which is given to us by Srila Vyasadeva after he compiled all other scriptures, the Vedas, the Puranas, Itihasas, Mahabharat, even Vedanta Sutras. After everything, the ripened fruit is the Srimad Bhagavatam. Before Srimad Bhagavatam, he didn't feel satisfied. But after compiling Srimad Bhagavatam, then finally he felt satisfied. He was filled with joy by compiling. So, Mahaprabhu is now instructing Devanand Pandit, "O Brahmana, listen sincerely. Now, so far I told you all the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So, Bhagavatam it is the ultimate scripture and it is giving us the ultimate. What is the ultimate devotional service to Lord Krishna? And this Bhagavatam is the body of Lord Krishna. Krishna's confidential pastimes are described in Bhagavatam. Still, in spite of reading this great Bhagavatam, some people become perplexed. How is that? Right? How is that some people become perplexed? The reason is, even though they are studying Bhagavatam, they are not explaining it in terms of bhakti. Sometimes, you read Falashruti at the end of Bhagavatam, you'll become a king in your next life or this and that. So, if you explain that pastime as this is the purpose of this pastime, and this pastime is actually this upakyanam, right? This episode of Bhagavatam is only, the purpose of this is, by studying this, you'll get this. This is the purpose. That's not right. The real result, the whole purpose, every line, every word of Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with bhakti. It's telling us about pure devotional service. So Mahaprabhu's instruction is you should explain devotional service in the beginning, middle and end of Srimad Bhagavatam. If you do that, then you will no longer commit any offense and you will become joyful at heart. Not only Bhagavatam, all scriptures are glorifying bhakti, but Bhagavatam is especially filled with the rasas of devotional service to Krishna. All scriptures are speaking, but the thing is, you know, they are not so highlighted. That was the problem, right? And the conversation between Vyasdev and Narad Muni in Srimad Bhagavatam. What does Narad Muni say? That you did not say it again and again. You have highlighted Karma Kanda so much. But bhakti is the goal, and that is what we are supposed to do. This you didn't say. So now once again, Srimad, you write another literature now which is highlighting, focusing only on bhakti. So therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is purely about bhakti. There's nothing else. So Mahaprabhu is saying, go and teach Srimad Bhagavatam by explaining the nectarian devotional service of Krishna. After hearing the Lord's instructions, that now, so he's been a teacher of Bhagavatam all his life. But now, by accepting the Lord's instructions, he became grateful. He will go and now he will speak Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of, as, showing bhakti. That Bhagavatam is speaking only about bhakti. In this way, he is going to teach. So Mahaprabhu, he left, departed, after offering obeisances to the Lord again and again, and taking full shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, he left, thinking himself very fortunate. So Mahaprabhu revealed the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Then there is an offense here. If one teaches Srimad Bhagavatam, but he does not explain bhakti, then his speech is useless and also is committing offenses. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is quoting from Bhagavatam itself, how it is an offense not to explain bhakti. That is from 12:51, 49 and 51. 12th canto, 12th chapter, text 49 and 51. That you speak Bhagavatam, but you don't explain bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam is the direct form of the mellows of devotional service. One who understands this becomes dear to Krishna. No inauspiciousness can enter into a house wherein Srimad Bhagavatam is kept. By worshipping Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna is worshipped. The reading and hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam awards one devotional service. So that's where we ended the last session. So now today's reading. Duisthane Bhagavata Nama Shuni Matra Grantha Bhagavata Ara Krishna Kripa Patra. So Bhagavatam, we think so far, what did we understand? Bhagavatam means the book Bhagavata. But now there is a twist. Actually, Bhagavata is of two types. Bhagavat is not just the Grantha, the scripture, the literature. There is person Bhagavat and book Bhagavat. There are two. So, Dui Sthane Bhagavata Nama Shuni Matra Grantha Bhagavata Ara Krishna Kripa Patra. There are two types of Bhagavatas, namely the book Bhagavat and the person who has attained the mercy of Krishna. Who is person Bhagavat? A person who attained the mercy of Krishna. And of course, book Bhagavat. These are the two Bhagavatas. So, who is this person who received the mercy of Krishna? One who faithfully recites Srimad Bhagavatam is certainly a devotee Bhagavat. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying that anyone who faithfully recites Bhagavatam is certainly a Bhagavat person, Bhagavat, a devotee Bhagavat. So this is said in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 1, text 99. एक भागवत बड़ो भागवत शास्त्र आर भागवत भक्त भक्ति रस पात्र. One of the Bhagavatas is the great scripture Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other is the pure devotee absorbed in the mellows of loving devotion. So we are talking about Bhagavat, right? Someone who has received the mercy of Krishna, a Bhagavat, will know more about who is this Bhagavat. नित्या पूजे पढ़े सुने चाहे भागवत सत्य सत्य से होई बेके से मत. Now who is this person Bhagavat? नित्या पूजे पढ़े सुने चाहे भागवत. नित्य माने always, always, nitya. Puje, he'll worship. Pade, he will study. Shune, he will hear. Chahe, he is desiring Bhagavata. He is always worshipping, studying, hearing, and desiring Bhagavat. Such a person, Satya Satya, Seho Hoibeka Seimata. Someone who is like this certainly become he is also a Bhagavat. That means he will is worshipping, studying, hearing, and desiring Bhagavata. He will also become a Bhagavat. This is a fact. Satya Satya Seho. Hoibeka Sei Mata. He will also become like that Bhagavat. Because of that association, always absorbed in Bhagavat, he will also become a Bhagavat. So that's why there are two types of Bhagavat, person Bhagavat and book Bhagavat. One who is always absorbed in book Bhagavat by way of worshipping, hearing, what else? Desiring, studying, then he will also become that Bhagavat. Heno Bhagavata ko na dushkriti podiya, Nityananda ninda kore tattva na janiya. But there is one problem. Because you see, Devanand Pandit was also hearing Bhagavat all the time. He was speaking Bhagavat all the time. It said either, hearing, studying. So he was studying and he was teaching. Still, at that time, before he served Vakreshwar Pandit, he was not called a Bhagavat, even though he was speaking Bhagavat. Practically all his life he was speaking, but he was still not called a Bhagavat then. There is one catch here. Heno Bhagavata ko na dushkriti podiya, Nityananda ninda kore tattva na janiya. Yet, that means in spite of always hearing, studying, worshipping and desiring Bhagavat, in spite of that, even after reading this Srimad Bhagavatam, some sinful people blaspheme Nityananda without knowing his glories. If out of misfortune, a reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam blasphemes Nityananda, he accumulates sin rather than recites Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Nityananda certainly always sings the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam with his 1,000 tongues and mouths. So offense should not be committed. Specifically here it is said, one who blasphemes Nityananda Prabhu, even though he is reading Srimad Bhagavatam, if he is committing offense to Nityananda Prabhu, he is blaspheming Nityananda Prabhu, he will not know the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. He will not know the glories of the Supreme Lord. Bhagavata rasa Nityananda Murti manta iha jane jay hoy parama bhagyavanta. Because Nityananda Prabhu is the personification of the rasas of devotional service. Bhagavata ras. He is the person who is Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is the other form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. Bhagavat is the form of Krishna. नित्यानंद मूर्तिमंत भागवत रस नित्यानंद मूर्तिमंत इहा जाने जे होय परम भाग्यवंत. One who knows that Nityananda Prabhu is the personification of the rasas of Bhagavat, one who can understand this, he is the most fortunate person. So when someone understands this about Nityananda Prabhu, will he commit any offense? He won't commit any offense, isn't it? Lord Nityananda is the personification of the devotional mellows of Srimad Bhagavatam. One who knows this becomes most fortunate. निरवधि नित्यानंद सहस्र वदने भागवत अर्थ से गायन अनुक्षणे निरवधि with no gap continuously nityananda sahasra vadane means mouths sahasra thousands. So Nityananda Prabhu, whose expansion is Lord Ananta Sesh, who has many heads. So Nityananda Niravadhi Sahasra Vadane, with his thousands of mouths, continuously without any gap, and with each mouth he is glorifying a different quality of the Lord, a different pastime, different glory of the Lord, not repeating. Each mouth is doing a different, glorifying a different quality. And like this, thousands of mouths, continuously, he is not repeating the same thing again. This is his enthusiasm to glorify the Supreme Lord. निरवधि नित्यानंद सहस्र वदने भागवत अर्थ से गायन अनुक्षणे. Nityananda constantly sings the purport Bhagavata Artha with his 1,000 mouths. Bhagavata Artha se gayena anukshane. At every moment, he is singing with his thousands of mouths the purports of Srimad Bhagavatam without any gap, niravadhi, with no stopping. Continuously, he is glorifying. Glorify. How is he glorifying? He is describing. So, what do we understand? All the commentaries by our various acharyas that are expanding. Expanding means Bhagavad has all this. They're actually highlighting. There are so many angles, just like you have a diamond. You look from different angles, you see different colors, isn't it? Or you see a peacock feather. You look from different angles, you tilt it, and you see different colors. Like that, Bhagavatam has many shades, many colors. And that's why we see so many commentaries by so many acharyas on the same verse, bringing out so many shades. The mellows of Bhagavatam are being revealed by the acharyas. Where are they all coming from? Nityananda Prabhu is constantly describing the purports of Srimad Bhagavatam with his thousands of mouths. He is the original spiritual master. All the other spiritual masters in the disciplic succession are representing him. He is the most enthusiastic in speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, in explaining Srimad Bhagavatam. So therefore, if anyone is blaspheming Nityananda Prabhu, what is his, position? Can he understand Bhagavatam? No. Nityananda niravadhi Nityananda sahasra vadane Bhagavata artha se gayena anukshane. At every moment he is singing the meanings, the purports of Bhagavat. आपने नित्यानंद अनंत यद्यपि तथापि ओ पार नाही पायेन अद्यापि. Nityananda himself is Ananta. His name is Ananta Sesh. Ananta. There is no limit. Limitless. Yet, he is not able to come to the end of. That means with his unlimited mouths, since beginningless, he is continuously singing Bhagavat still and is glorifying Bhagavat, but he is not able to come to the end of the glories of Bhagavat. Although Nityananda is himself Ananta, right? No limit, Ananta says, nevertheless, he could not fully describe the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's not that he stopped, he's still describing, and he could not come to an end. Hena Bhagavata jena anantero par ihate kohilo saba bhakti rasasar. Hena Bhagavat, that Bhagavat, jena anantero par, whose limit even Nityananda Prabhu could not find. That Srimad Bhagavatam, ihate kohilo saba bhakti rasasar. That Bhagavatam describes the essence of all the mellows of bhakti, of devotional service. That means how glorious is this Srimad Bhagavatam? That's the point. How glorious is this Srimad Bhagavatam? Nityananda Prabhu is constantly glorifying with his thousands of mouths. He himself is unlimited. So, unlimitedly, with his unlimited mouths, he is constantly glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam, describing Srimad Bhagavatam. Still, he could not come to an end. Such Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the mellows of devotional service. देवानंद पंडितेर लक्ष्य सभा कार्य भागवत अर्थ बुझाई लेना ईश्वरे. So, with the excuse of, or on the pretext of explaining to Devananda Pandit or answering the question of Devananda Pandit, Mahaprabhu actually revealed the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam to everyone in this episode. ए मत जेयत आई से जिज्ञासिते सबारे प्रतिकार कोरेना सुरीते. So in this way, Mahaprabhu was sitting there. So this is one episode where Devananda Pandit came and asked for mercy and inquired about how to teach Srimad Bhagavatam. So in answer to that, Mahaprabhu described the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam and also instructed Devanand Pandit how to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. Before that, we saw one Brahmana came and asked how, when he committed an offense, how to, by blaspheming the devotees, how he can become free from that. So Mahaprabhu explained the importance of glorifying Krishna and glorifying the devotees. Similarly, so many others also came. Ei mata je jata ai se jigyasite. So people were coming and asking jigyasa, right? Asking some question they wanted to know. So whatever they would come and ask, sabarei pratikara korena surite. He answered, he gave suitable answers to their questions, inquiries. Kuliya gramete asi Sri Krishna Chaitanya, heno nahi jare Prabhu na korila dhanya. Kuliya Gramete Asi, after coming to Kuliagram, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Heno nahi, Jare Prabhu na Korila Dhanya. So, Heno nahi, Jare Prabhu na Korila Dhanya. Matlab, there was, when Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Kuliagram, there was nobody that he did not satisfy, right? He did not show his mercy to. Heno nahi jare Prabhu na korila dhanya. He satisfied everyone when he came to Kulyagram. Whoever came, everyone was completely satisfied. Mahaprabhu answered their inquiries, cast his merciful glance like that. After coming to Kulya, the Lord did not neglect anyone but made everyone glorious. Dhanya, right? Sri Chaitanya Dev made all the inhabitants of Kulya glorious. First of all, Navadvip was where people were committing offenses to him previously, when he was a Grihastha. Now Mahaprabhu came to relieve all of them from their offenses here in Kulya. So Sri Chaitanya Dev made all the inhabitants of Kulya glorious by forgiving their offenses. That is why the present day city of Navadvip, which is situated across the Ganges from Mayapur, is still known as Aparada Bhanjanera Pat. Place where all aparadas are destroyed. Aparada Bhanjanera Pat. The place where offenses are excused. But those who live in Kulya and commit offenses at the feet of pure devotees, by becoming hostile to the original Mayapur, never attain auspiciousness. Yes. So, because of, what do you say, business, what do you say, material reasons, to attract more pilgrims there, by which they can make more money and things like that. Uh, People say that no, that Mayapur is not the original Navadvip. This is the Navadvip where Mahaprabhu appeared, and they criticize Mayapur, the birthplace and the place Mayapur. So, and also the pure devotees, you know. So this place, Mayapur, was discovered by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and it was confirmed by Srila Jagannath Das Babaji and all our acharyas in the disciplic succession. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur stayed here and performed his vrata, right? Chanting uh, uh, like Haridas Thakur. He was chanting for so many years, undergoing severe austerities. Srila Prabhupada is unfolding the what do you say, prophecy of Nityananda Prabhu, of the Adbhut Mandir that would appear here like this. So if anyone is envious towards the pure devotees who are residing in Mayapur, even though they may be in Kulia where offenses are forgiven, their offenses will not be forgiven. That's the same thing as we read about Bhagavatam also. Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, is the ultimate scripture. It has everything. But still, while studying Srimad Bhagavatam, if someone is blaspheming Lord Nityananda Prabhu, or any of the followers of Nityananda Prabhu for that matter, right? Pure devotees, if we are committing offenses, then we will not be able to access the, what Bhagavatam has to offer. That's the point. So everyone, Sarva Loka Sukhi Hoila Prabhure. So one more point, 1 second. Those who live in Kulya and commit offenses at the feet of pure devotees by becoming hostile to the original Mayapur. Even just being hostile to original Mayapur is offense to devotees. You understand? Because Mayapur is, you know, discovered by the acharyas that this is the birth site. So if anyone is hostile to this place, then automatically they are committing offenses at the lotus feet of pure devotees. So such people can never get any auspiciousness. सर्वलोक सुखी होइला प्रभु रे देखिया पुनः पुनः देखे सबे नयन भरिया. Sarvaloka Sukhi Hoila, Prabhura Dekya. By seeing Mahaprabhu there, all people became very, very satisfied in Kulia, Navadvip. Punaha Punaha Dekhe Sabe Nayana Bharya. And again they were seeing Mahaprabhu and filling their eyes with the beautiful form of Mahaprabhu. Manoratha Purna Kori Dekhe Sarvalok Anande Bhasaye Pasariya Dukha Shok. Manoratha Purna Kori Dekhe Sarvalok. To their full heart satisfaction, they were seeing Mahaprabhu again and again, taking his beautiful form into their hearts, into their eyes, filling their eyes. So, Manoratha Purna Kori Dekhe Sarvalok Anande Bhasaye Pasariya Dukha Shok. And by this, by looking at Mahaprabhu to their full satisfaction, Anande Bhase, so they were floating in ecstasy. Pasariya Dukha Shok, their Dukha and their Shok, their lamentation and their distress was all pushed aside. Simply by seeing the beautiful form of Mahaprabhu, filling his form in their eyes, all their desires were fulfilled. They were floating in ecstasy, and whatever miseries or lamentation they may have had, all that is forgotten. E saba vilasa je shunaye harsha mane Sri Chaitanya Sangha paye se saba jane. Now Falashruti to all of you. E Saba Vilasa. Just even this chapter, all these pastimes. E Saba Vilasa, Je Shunaye Harshamane. Whoever has heard these pastimes, Harshamane, with a happy heart, very happily, whoever has heard. E Saba Vilasa, Je Shunaye Harshamane, Sri Chaitanya Sangha Paye, say Sabajane. All those people will get the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You will meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu if you have heard these pastimes with a happy heart. Those who happily hear these pastimes attain the association of Lord Chaitanya. Yatha tatha janmuka sabara shrestha hoy Krishna yasha shunile kakhono mandanoy. Yatha tatha janmuka sabara shrestha hoy. One who hears the glories of Krishna is never unfortunate. He is the best of all persons, regardless of what kind of birth he took. So janma kaisa bhi ho, right? Regardless of what type of birth a person may have taken, low caste, high caste, Indian body, Western body, it doesn't matter. Woman body, man body, it doesn't matter. Regardless of his birth, everyone will become fortunate. How? Krishna Yasha Shunile. By hearing the glories of Krishna. By hearing the glories of Krishna, Sabara Shrestha Hoy. Everyone will become, even if I am born, low born, by hearing Krishna's glories, I will become first class. Regardless of my material position, when we hear Krishna's pastimes, Shrestha means best. You'll become the best person. One who hears the glories of Krishna, kakhono mandanai. He can never be an unfortunate manda, sumanda matayo, manda bhagya shupadruta. Manda means what? Dull, right? So a person who hears Krishna Katha can never be a dull person. He can never be an unfortunate person. Okay. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana. Vrindavana Das Tachu Pada Yuge Gana. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet. Pada Yuge Gana. Vrindavan Das Thakur is singing the glories of the lotus feet, okay? Nityananda Chand means the moon of Nityananda, right? Jana. Thus ends this English translation of Gaudiya Bhashya of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya Khanda, Mahaprabhu's deliverance of Sarvabhauma, exhibition of six-arm form, and journey to Bengal. So we have come to the end of chapter 3, and I will end the session also here, and I will open it for any questions or comments. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Archana Bhakti Mataji. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for a very, very beautiful nectarian class. Very beautifully, you summarized the whole chapter. Whole chapter is so beautiful, but I really liked when Mahaprabhu goes to meet Vidyapati and how countless people are coming just to get a glance of Mahaprabhu. I mean, they're going on top of the house roofs and everything is breaking, but nobody's getting hurt. They're in the boat trying to get across, and it's sinking, but nobody's getting hurt. And there's just so much, look, I mean, in coming to see, just getting one glance of Mahaprabhu. And how beautifully you mentioned in Kuliagram, when Vidyapati found out Brahmana that Mahaprabhu is gone there, then everybody, because people were saying to him, "You're lying, you're a Brahmana, how are you doing this to us?" But because they wanted one glance and they think, okay, maybe he's hiding Mahaprabhu. And they all go to Kuliagram to get darshan, and how all of their sins were forgiven. Very, very beautiful nectarian class, Mataji. So, so grateful to you. And I also like the beautiful points that you shared. That even if a foolish person who has no qualifications whatsoever, but sincerely takes the shelter of Bhagavatam, then Bhagavatam reveals itself to him. As you
Yes.
beautifully mentioned, Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit. We are all so blessed, so blessed. And Bhagavatam also gives us devotional service of Lord Krishna and is filled with all so much beautiful nectarian rasa of Lord Krishna and gives us pure bhakti. Very grateful to you, Mataji. So wonderful class. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If you have any questions or realizations, please go ahead and share.
Then Pranam Mataji. Haribol.
Dandavat
Very
Pranam,
nice course,
Dayananda.
Mataji. And you are glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam, and it is filling our heart with so much assurance from Srimad Bhagavatam. 11th canto says, Yana aste naro rajan na pramajit karhachi. Dhavan nimilya matre. Even if he's running fast with eyes closed, na pate na skale diya. So this Bhakti Marg, glorification of Bhavan Sri Krishna through Bhagavatam, Harinam Sankirtan, Satsang and everything, it's guaranteeing us, despite all our setbacks, one day we will reach Bhavan Krishna's love. That is the assurance by Srimad Bhagavatam. Whenever I feel kind of, little low, this slow gives me so much boost.
Jai.
So that's how Srimad Bhagavatam is a real jewel for all of us. Thank you, Mata, very much.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yes. Even with your closed eyes, if you're running, still you won't fall. That's the path of bhakti. Yes. So if there is no other comments or questions, shall we
Hare
end here?
Hare Krishna Mataji Danatnam. Thank you so much, Mataji. Wonderful class. When you say the chant, I was remembering like Akalanka Govachanda Divya Darshan, Sakalanka Chandra Kena Prayojan. When spotless moon has arrived, what's the use of the moon which is spot? And about
Yes.
Nityananda Prabhu, Yadyapi Amar Nityananda Suri Badi Jai, Tatapi Hoy Nityananda. Even if I see my Nityananda went to liquor shop or bottle house, he still is my worshipable Lord. I just remembered that. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Sunil Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for summarizing the entire chapter. And it was very nice to also know the greatness of Kulia, how it is Aparada Bhanjana Pat, correct?
Part. Yes.
Very nice. Thank you so much. And also, very beautifully, you said that though it is a place where all offenses are forgiven, we cannot take it for granted. And we should know the value of these places. So, thank you so much for this very inspiring class, Mataji. It was so beautiful. It actually, we were able to visualize each and every pastime that is described in this chapter. And also, the final Falashruti for the section was also very beautiful.
Yes.
That you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu face. Is how nice, how beautiful. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Such a lovely
Thank you,
class.
Mataji. Thank you so much.
Haribol.
Actually, before the session today, I was reading this to my daughter. She's 12 years old. And when I came to the Falashruti, she said, Mommy, now we should read it every day. I'm going to hear every day because I want to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
How sweet. Wow, that's so sweet. I think that innocence a young child has, we have lost in this age, in terms of our absolute faith, without questioning. So I just
Yeah.
pray that I get the faith of such youngsters, and really dive into these pastimes. Thank you, Mataji. That was inspiring.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, devotees are thanking you in the chat for a very beautiful nectarian class. Vanita Mataji, Parima Mataji, Lohitanga Mataji, and Sunil Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Once again, I would like to thank Her Grace Archana Bhakti Mataji for a valuable time in association this morning. Thank you so much, Mataji, for a very beautiful class. Very grateful to you, and we're looking forward to your association in the near future. I would like to pay my obeisances to Her Grace Archana Bhakti Mataji and all the assembled devotees. Do I have your permission to close the call, Mataji? Vancha kalpatarobhya kripa sindhu patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah.
Vaishnavebhyo
Ananta
namo
koti
namaha.
Vaishnavindi ki jai.
Ki
Jai
jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Srimad
Jai.
Bhagavatam ki jai. Har Grace
Jai.
Archana
Jai.
Bhakti Mataji ki jai.
Jai.
Hare
Jai.
Krishna
Jai.
Thank you,
Mataji.
Archana
Jai.
Mataji.
Thank you,
Koti Koti
Bantaji.
Danvat
Thank you so
Pranam.
much
Jai
for the
Srila
beautiful
Prabhupada.
class.
Thank you. Hare
Thank you,
Very
Mataji.
grateful to
Thank
you,
you.
Mataji. Hare Bo.